I'm about to show you guys a cow with not just one, but two issues on both her back feet and issues on her front feet as well. And this is her leaving the chute, and as you can see, she wasn't that bad, but both these back feet need a lot of work. So let's get into this trim and let's see if we can make this girl feel a little bit better.
Whack it off there again.
So I could see straight away when lifting this hoof where this issue was, and I'm just going to do a little check to make sure this hoof can be blocked, which it can, but because we had a little bit of a bruise on this hoof, I'm going to be safe with this girl, and I'm going to put a super comfortable Bovie Bond rubber shoe on and give this girl the optimum chance to recover, because obviously I do not want to cause any damage to this girl's lateral claw. So I'm being safe with this rubber block, but we are going to get on with removing as much of this loose horn as we can. And as you can see, it's going to be a gnarly one. This needs a lot of work. So I'm going to jump into this video and let you guys watch what we do. But it really was a proper surprise for me. And as you guys can see, this hoof is starting to peel like butter. Does butter peel? No, but we're going for it like butter anyway. And there was a little tiny stone in that hoof, which is probably what has caused this whole issue. Now this has completely fractured away. It's super unusual for us to see issues like this on the medial claw, but we're dealing with it and we are trying to make this girl feel much, much better. But this corium is really inflamed. There's actually a little bit of dermatitis in here. You'll see now when I spray this up, there is a slight bit of dermatitis in here. So we are actually going to wrap her with salicylic acid and some iodine. I get comments all the time from people saying that I'm not using salicylic acid just because you guys don't see it on videos, but it actually is just within this paper towel. And I'm going to zoom in here to show you guys a little bit more detail of this issue. So, as you can see, this girl is all bandaged up. We're going to drop this hoof down and we're going to get on with her back left hoof. And as you can see, this is very clearly got an issue. You can see that it's super swollen on the back lateral, which is the outside toe. And we are 100% sure we're going to see an issue right in this hoof. And as you guys can see, there is a super obvious sole ulcer in this hoof. Now, you've heard me explain multiple times what we can do to stop these issues, but we get asked it all the time, so let me explain. We like to routine cows, ideally like to trim them twice a year. Now, some farms don't get a huge amount of issues, so they only do it once a year. Some farms get very, very, very few issues and only do a few cows. Now, this hoof clearly missed a routine trim, and that is why they've got this sole ulcer. So we call this the typical sole ulcer site. And as you see, when I do my routine trims, we model this area out, which stops most of this impact on this area, which drastically reduces the amount of chance of this skull going lame because there's no pressure on this area. So if this skull was routine trimmed, more than likely she would not have got this issue. But we can't change that. We are here to fix the skull, and that's what we're going to do. So let's see just how much of this loose horn we end up removing. And as you can clearly see here, there is a lot more to this than meets the eye. Now, this was a complete double fracture. I try not to show too much more of this because it was pretty gnarly, but this was a big fracture. She really wasn't bothered by this. Incredible, I know, but she wasn't too worried. But we're still going to treat this iodine. We're going to wrap her with salicylic acid, and we're going to see this girl walking. Now, she actually had another issue on her front left hoof, which I didn't show you, but you'll see the shoe on when she walks out.
Probably. Yeah. She is actually walking out surprisingly well, considering. Let's see her go then. For a cow with a block on all 4 feet, she is looking really quite good. Now, we obviously don't see that very often. I reckon I've done maybe 5 or 6 in my whole life with 4 blocks. But dreamy. Now that is a good job done. She is looking much, much better than she was when she came in. So we were not expecting that, but on to the next cow.